In today's video, I'm going to let you know 5 reasons why you should be doing your own oil change. Spoiler alert, reason number 5 is my favorite, and I'm sure some of you will agree with me as well. Reason number 1, it's cheaper to do it yourself. I usually buy my oil at Walmart, and I usually pay anywhere between $25 to $35 US for 5 quarts. Then I'll get my filter at an auto parts store, and I'll pay another $15 to $20 US for it. So let's say I spend about $50 US, give or take, for the oil of my choice and a good quality filter. Some dealerships or lube places in my area charge for an oil change anywhere around $65 US to $120 US. Sometimes they'll try to add on extra fees or upsell you on some other products, and then you could walk out paying more than what you expected to pay. So in some cases, it could be double the amount or more I usually spend. Aside from that though, I'm not sure if these places actually always have the oil and filter you ask for. I'm not saying every lube place does this, but sometimes they'll have a good price for an oil change, but that's using their brands of oil and their filters that they have in special. And as you know, not all oils are the same. So the price you're paying is not always for the oil you want. So that's why I prefer to buy the oil and filter of my choice and swap it out myself, as I find it still cheap. Reason number 2, it's better to do it yourself. In the past, I used to take my vehicles to get the oil change at one of those quick lube places. For the most part, they used to do a good job, but then they started to swap out personnel over and over. It almost seemed that they had a high employee turnover. I felt like every time I would go, they had new employees. I wasn't too sure if these new employees were even being trained properly. I still gave them the benefit of the doubt and continued to take my vehicles to get the oil change in that one specific lube place. Then this one time, I had my truck overfilled. And I'm not talking about slightly overfilled. I mean, these guys pour like at least a whole extra quart or more. I complained about it, but after that bad experience, I didn't go back. I couldn't trust anyone anymore to do my oil changes. Now, I don't think it was done intentionally, but when your job requires for you to do oil changes in 15 to 20 minutes for every single vehicle, there may be that one time that you may have a slip up, which can be catastrophic. That is when I decided to just start doing the oil changes myself. I make sure to properly fill and always use the recommended oil. So I do feel that by doing it myself, I know exactly what goes in and what comes out. I feel safer doing it myself. Reason number 3, you learn things about your car. When you do your own oil changes, you get to inspect your vehicle, and you also get to learn things from it, like where parts go in case you ever need to replace them. As you ramp up your car, pop open the hood, you're able to see if there's anything wrong with your vehicle. You get the chance to inspect it, not just under the hood, but underneath the car as well. I usually like to check for any oil leaks, take a quick look at the brake pads, to see how they're holding up. You're able to inspect your car to ensure nothing is wrong with it. By doing an oil change myself is how I found out I had a minor transmission pan leak on my pickup. I was able to locate the leak on the pan and know what part needed to be replaced. You might as well take advantage that you're already underneath the car to inspect it. So it is always a good idea to inspect and learn things about your vehicle when doing an oil change. Reason number 4, it's therapeutic. Whenever I'm doing an oil change, I focus just on the oil change and nothing else. Any problems or worries or anything else just disappears for those 30-40 minutes. You're able to disconnect from the world. Nothing else exists at that moment. You get to enjoy just removing the drain plug, watching the oil flow, sealing it again. Everything else around you can wait. Just knowing that you're doing something good for your vehicle makes it all worthwhile. And the best part is that it helps you disconnect from the rest of the world for that short moment. And finally, my favorite, reason number 5, you get to buy tools. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but when you love doing oil changes on your own, you love to do it with the best tools you can get. When I started to do my own oil changes, I got myself some new ramps, some oil pans, and just what I consider some necessary tools to get the job done right. You see, when you're taking on any job, you want to make sure you have the best tools available that will make the job much easier for you. As a kid, I remember seeing that my father never invested on some ramps, and I always saw him struggle changing out the oil, trying to squeeze underneath the cars. That looked like a nightmare to me. That's why at first I didn't want to go through those troubles of changing out my own oil, because I didn't want to struggle either. But when you have the right tools, it makes all the difference in the world. So I guess it's okay to splurge on some proper tools that will make your job a lot easier. But anyway, let me know in the comment section if you agree with these 5 reasons. If you have any other reasons as well, let me know in the comment section. That is all I have for y'all today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for your time. Have yourself a great day.